coming out party for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit at E3 was awesome. I mean, we were the stars of the press conference for E3. We opened it all up, and the lights came down, and that trailer came up, and everyone went nuts as soon as they saw Hot Pursuit and they saw Criterion Games. You know, we had a great showing at E3. We won an E3 Critics Award for Best Racing Game there, which was huge for Need for Speed. And it's actually only the second time Need for Speed's got it. The first time, ironically, was the very first Hot Pursuit. So we're hoping that lightning strikes twice here. The original Hot Pursuit that debuted in '98 is still one of the most beloved and popular racing games out there. So when we set back out to make this year's game, we kind of wanted to make a game that was a tribute to that first Hot Pursuit title and add everything that really made that first Hot Pursuit game great, which was these epic, intense, amazing cop versus racer chases. And for the very first time in a Need for Speed game, you're actually going to be able to play a full career as a cop or as a racer. And then we wanted to make this game and update it to that past one and really, you know, make it for the new generation, the connected generation. So all of this cop versus racer gameplay is being supported by a brand new feature called Need for Speed Autolog, which really allows you to compare, share, and compete with your friends. So every single thing that you do in the game is being compared to your friends. When you boot up the game, you know, you have the choice right here. Do you want to play as a cop or you want to play as a racer? And you can have two different careers going at the exact same time. So it's not like, you know, you're stuck being a cop or stuck being a racer. You can play 5 minutes as a cop or 5 minutes as a racer that way. If you're going to play a cop, you know, in this demo right here, you're going to get a chance to drive the Lamborghini Reventon, which is by far the coolest cop car out there. You know, there's only like 8 Lamborghini Reventons in North America. It's a cross between the Batmobile and the Stealth Bomber, so it's an awesome experience. And if you're a racer, you get to drive multiple other like supercars that way. So every single thing that you do in the game, all the achievements and rewards that you get, earns you bounty. And bounty is really your currency in the game. It's like your experience points. That's how you level up. So that's how you level up, rise up the ranks as being the top cop and being the most wanted racer. The game is called Hot Pursuit. So, you know, it's pretty straightforward. You know, the whole concept around the game is if you're a cop, you're trying to bust a racer, you're a racer trying to get away from the cops. So every single thing that we put in the game is aimed at supporting that. So we give you a variety of tools, or in this case, weapons and equipment that allow you to do that and combat each other no matter what side of the law you're on. So if you're a cop, you know, you can actually call in aerial support in the form of helicopters. You can be able to release spike strips, call in roadblocks, you know, fire EMPs to disable the racers. And if you're a racer, alternatively, you can use radar jammers. You can use overdrive, which is like a super NOS. There's a decoy that you can launch that'll send the cop in the wrong direction, actually. And then there's like a number of different stuff like a complete weapons jammer, which completely disables all the cops' weapons and allows you to get away that way. So there's 4 different weapons for the cops, 4 pieces of equipment for the racers. And as you level up, you get different tiers of it. So the weapons become more and more advanced. So for example, if you're a cop with a helicopter, you know, early on you may be able to get a helicopter that can't fly through tunnels and it has to avoid it. Maybe later on you get a helicopter that can fly through the tunnels, or a helicopter that can actually, you know, drop spike strips on your opponent. So you're not just unlocking cars as you level up in the game, you're unlocking different tiers and advanced weaponry. In this game, you start off with some really, really hot cars, and you know, the cars just get hotter and more impressive as you go along. I talked about the Lamborghini Reventon. It's the only time you're going to see a Lamborghini Reventon cop car in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, so you can get that. You're going to be able to drive the Lamborghini Murcielago, which we've got going on in the demo right here, as a racer. There's 65 cars in the game. One of the philosophies that we had is, you know what, give you the keys to a lot of these cars right out of the bat. We're not starting you off with any beaters where you have to work your way up before you can actually drive something cool. You're going to be driving really cool cars right from the bat, and it only keeps getting better as you work your way through the game. The thing about Criterion Games is they have the ability to deliver really fun and accessible gameplay. So there's a philosophy there that, you know, the minute that you boot up the game and fire it up, you should feel like a rock star the minute you pick up that controller. You know, within 2 to 3 minutes of the game, you should be able to drift any car in the game around a corner at 150 miles per hour and have a really fun, great experience there. You take that, and plus their experience and expertise that they bring in the sociability side of things and their connected gaming, which they showed in Burnout Paradise. So you take all of that and you combine it with the style and the cool factor and the attitude and the rebelliousness and access to all these licensed vehicles that Need for Speed brings, and you just have this really rich, compelling cop versus racer experience. We're looking forward to blowing out more and more news about this game as the summer goes on, and we approach launch November 16th.
Officers have the suspect in custody. This thing is over.